All right. So here we are. It's been a while. It's been a while. I get to catch up. You never know. Oh, I need a fork for this too. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to talk to y'all while we get this meal in, you know? Yeah, so here we are. Back on the YouTube. Trying out the pages, you know? Trying out the video. Uh, um, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? So, nah, screw that. We've been thinking about getting back for a while, right? Making videos again and trying out like you know like making YouTube content and whatnot again. And you know, but life happens, you know, and you get caught up in things that you're already invested on. So there's like so much water right there. Um, you kind of just lose track of time with having a busy life, you know. It's like you either keep yourself occupied in this life or you go mad in all the free time that you're left with. Hmm. Do with that information what you will. Um, but yeah, but essentially, kind of decided that with the YouTube channel, um, I tried a bunch of things. You know, if I wanted to go at it, kind of like a gamer, you know, capturing gameplay, doing things like that, doing things that way. Try going at it like almost like a fitness influencer, you know, doing vlogs at the gym, things like that. Mm. I see that when all people start out, say imitation is kind of like a thing you can go off of. So, so I was liking YouTube so much for what it is. Like some of my favorite channels, you know, were like Omar Usa, Ray William Johnson, you know, like a few cats out there like Bart Kwan, you know, Just Kidding Films, Super Ego, and everything that came with them, you know, JR Munoz, things like that. Um, and so yeah, Timothy Delgado, you know, just like a lot of like big YouTubers that were kind of like known for doing something. You know, a lot of them in their cases was comedy, things like that, making people laugh. But growing up, the way I like, you know, I interacted with YouTube and the way I had it, I really developed like kind of like I would say personal connections myself with some of the content they would put up. You know, a lot of times like when you would like yeah you had like their funny comical skits and whatnot, but then you had like their side channels, personal channels, where you know they kind of dive more into their lives. They're more vulnerable, more open about things and what they got going on, how things really are on the inside. And seeing that insight, as a kiddo who kind of wasn't around a good environment and didn't have like any positive role models, that was really good for me, you know. And it kind of like it's honestly like I remember like seeing them doing their thing and making things happen and stuff like that. And it gave somebody like me, it gave a hopeless kid like me coming from a hopeless background faith and actual hope to keep going forward. And that you know, as long as we push through this, you know, we'll get to a point where we'll be able to go chase it ourselves and hopefully make something with it. So you know, just and and so yeah, so you know, like YouTube has always been one of those things that like where we kind of wanted to take our shot at it, but we just honestly don't know what to do. mm, it's tough, like it's tough, cause like you know, um, but it really shouldn't be. I think all in all, like it's kind of just simple, you know. Like I mean, I think it's tough nowadays because you hear so much around the world about how you should be, about what you should do. Like, oh, but if you're doing YouTube, you should better get a better tripod. Or, but if you're doing YouTube, you should have a better background or have a better fit or make sure you always got a cut. Like, bro, And that's like another thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like I like YouTube. I think it's cool, but I don't want to be caught up being like an influencer. Yo, if y'all see my hands mad shiny in the video, boy put Vaseline on just for moisturizing purposes. Um, but it's real windy out here, bro. Homie just came back from I was on a tab over here, but I got the mic right there, so damn, I just look really stupid. Homie just came back, 6 mile run. Went out and got it today, so that's why we eating this simple meal right now. Also, because we're waiting on groceries to come on in. Trying to clear out that fridge right now, yo. But yeah, so what the hell was I talking about? But going back into it, right? Like, it should really be simple, right? It really should just be about us being us. Like you can't stress about, that I shoot things in the right light, that I use the right transition, that I use the right song, that I drop it at the right moment. I think if you're really on YouTube, you shouldn't be worrying about things like that. And so I think you should just have fun with it and just do your thing with it. And so I mean, what else can I do? Yeah, I like to play games, but I'm not a gamer. Yeah, I like to play soccer, but I'm not a soccer player. I like to work out, but I'm not, a fitness athlete. I wouldn't say like I don't go out and get it, 7 days a week, 6 days a week, really in the gym every day. I've had my strides though, I've had my periods and seasons and times where I have done that and I've like grown out of it or I've like gotten bored with it or, like I've needed something different. So, and even with this YouTube stuff, like it's like I did YouTube for like a little bit, I dropped off, I got back on it, dropped off, like here I am coming back on it, like if I'm being honest, I really don't know. I'm 27 and I really don't know what I'm trying to get out of life. I definitely know I want peace. I definitely know I want abundance. I want to, I want to have enough to take care of everybody around me. So those things are like very important to me, So yeah, like some days like I guess honestly like, what stopped me a little bit from YouTube is like you start having like I don't know, started mentioning to people how I was doing YouTube and they're like, oh bro, you start doing like a little bit of drama. Like it's like, oh, you really focusing on that, bro? Like you're really doing that? Like get opinions from people from places you didn't even expect it from. Some places where you respect support, but and it's just like a shitty conversation to have. So sometimes like you want to do this and honestly not tell nobody. But then it's like that was like a wall we hit. It's like damn, how the hell am I gonna try to do YouTube, be successful at it, and not try to promote it, But it's like I don't know. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I think that like I came across the truth where I noticed that you can be like a big name on YouTube and people can still not know who the hell you are. And that kind of gave me some comfortability, like, mm, mm. But it's like this big household name right now everywhere. Sam Sulek, the fitness influencer, you know what I'm saying? Probably is known a lot by people, our age and demographic and whatnot. But I was waiting tables the other day, and I was talking to like these guys that were like probably like mid 30s, and there were some workout dudes or whatnot. Um, but they were just kind of like they were just like big, like but they were mainly like kind of construction. Like you can tell they were coming in from like after like a job, and you can tell these guys are just kind of like they hit beers, they hit the 9 to 5, and probably hit weights here and there, and yeah, so we're having the conversation, and I bring him up. I'm like, you guys know this guy? I'm pretty big, pretty broad guy, pretty impressive. And they're like, nah. I was like, oh wow, okay, like, huh, So like, and that's not to like discredit him, I'm not saying anything like that. But there's even times where like you'll talk to like girls and you'll talk to some of them about these influencers and they have no idea who it is, but they bring up a name like Cooking with Kaya and they know exactly who that is. A lot of them don't like her. But But yeah, bro, what I'm saying is that like I feel like the world is big enough where there's an audience for everyone, you know? And so I feel like I can't measure my success that I want to have with the success that others have had, you know? So it's like at the end of the day, I know what I truly want out of this. Like it's honestly like not a million followers, you know what I'm saying? Like I would honestly kind of hate to have like a million, 5 million followers and have like nobody active in like the chat, or like for me not to have like built something out of it, or like have more of a driven community, or actually, you know what I'm saying? Like if I see myself at the point where I'm like at a million subscribers, whatever, making good money off this stuff, like I'm not trying to like eat off this and go live a lavish lifestyle. Like I'm trying to set things up with my people around me, you know. So I'm hoping to create more content and more stuff. And honestly, like the content that I really want to create, is I just want to show y'all what we out here doing for real. And you know, and I come from a world that's real, and you can take that as you will. You know, there's some things that I ain't asked to see. There's some things that happen when you don't think it's gonna happen. And living life on this side, it's a very by the second type of life, you know. And so here I am as a male who was born a young boy and is learning how to turn into a man, and I'm trying to learn how to deal with all this, you know. So um I feel like there's a lot of stuff that like there's a lot of game that even somebody like myself can give out to somebody who's maybe newer to it, you know. um and I would say that, you know, I don't think I know it all. I don't think I'm the most experienced. I don't think my plan or what I'm doing is, you know, one you should follow or something like that. But I think if you got to know me and the situation where I'm coming from, I think you would understand. You know, like, you know, and there's always room for hindsight. You know, oh, but you could, you know, if you do this, if you do that, if you do this, you know what I'm saying. There's always something you could be doing. You know what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we're trying to hit, you know, all birds with the same stone. Make sure we don't forget to get into nothing. And life for like the past 2 years has been very like unstable. You know, and from switching jobs to switching shifts to switching routines and things like that. Like, yeah, no, I would love to have a more stable routine, and I want to have more hobbies and do more things and enjoy life more. You know, I just saw this quote the other day that said, you can't um, you can't give your life more time, so give your time more life. You know, and so it's like, yeah, like, bro, I've been honestly, if I haven't been doing YouTube, it's because I've been working, 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 and just showering in between, bam, 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 fucking doing the grime and gritty, you know, fucking cleaning dishes, cleaning the house, you know. So what the hell am I gonna be doing with YouTube with that? So but at the end of the day, like if y'all rock with me, y'all rock with me. If y'all don't, y'all don't. You feel me? So yeah, I definitely want to be doing weekly drops. You know, I think I'm gonna continue to work on the episode and like the series of like PYO, because I like humor, bro. I think the world is a very chaotic and sad place, and I think yeah, for sure. If there's anything that I can create out there, anything I can produce, I would like to create smiles, you know, and just create happiness, you know. Like I know there's things that get me upset. I know there's things that get me angry. I know, you know, I know. You know, I get enraged in those feelings too. You know, sometimes all you want to do is purge. But nah, for real, bro. Like if I could have a choice, like why can't we have a lit time? You know what I'm saying? So like I feel like right now some of the biggest like escapes that I'm getting, or some of the like the biggest um I don't even know what the word for it is for real, but some of the biggest remedies I've been having throughout the day. Like say I'm stressed out at work, or you know some things are happening. You know things are going wrong, bro. We go on TikTok, you see a funny video, shit, fucking cures the day, bro. It's like better than having like 6 beers right now. I don't know, 6 beers not kind of good, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like I don't know. You know, it's just the world we live in, and you know just trying to live in it. So um yeah, yeah, I'm gonna be doing this series where kind of just sit at the table. You know what I'm saying? We talk. I don't want to be in the entire time because I don't know, probably some of y'all into that weirdly or whatever. So yeah, probably like this motherfucker probably already closed the video. Um, but yeah, no, I wanna create this series where I'm really just kind of leaving videos for my young ones. You know what I'm saying? I got my son right now. You know what I'm saying? And I know any one of these days I can go, and I know there's a lot for me to teach him, and there's a lot that I ain't get the chance to explain. But I think it would be cool that if anything would ever happen to me, shit, he can just pop up on his YouTube channel and just hear his dad and get to know him even more. You know what I'm saying? So, baby boy, if you're seeing this, I love you from my heart. Your mama, if you're seeing this too, I love you too. Thank you for everything. Este, but yeah, bro, like you know what I'm saying. Like that's where I'm at with it. I'm at a point where I feel like I've tried to find myself in a professional setting. I try to make a businessman out of myself, and be Mr. Jose Ramirez, the sales guy, or the worker, the public figure, whatever the bro. Like if I'm being 100% honest with you, bro, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it, bro. For real, I can't do it, bro. I don't know what it is with me. Like people say, oh, you gotta save face, bro. I can't put on a face, bro. On God, and so that might be my downfall. You know what I'm saying? Like, but let it be. You know, let it be. And so I'm understanding as a man when you don't have to talk, when you don't have to give your opinion on things. But I am seeing as a man like when you do that, where things can go left. So yeah, sometimes it sucks having to bite your tongue and just get your teeth and keep it pushing. But yeah, but I really would like to just have a space where I can just talk on things and just have my space. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of my people in my life kind of don't fully know me, or what I'm saying, don't really be like listening to me, chatting with me the way I feel like I need. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got very few people in my life who kind of like understand me and the concept of me. And don't get me wrong, like everybody come with their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in this life come with their stuff. Some people feel like they should be another sex, another gender, another person. And, you know what I'm saying? Some people are happy with who they are. They love themselves. Some people are carefree, having fun. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm being like honestly, yeah, I feel like I can do the carefree and I can have the fun. You know what I'm saying? But I can do that for so long before I get hit with the reality. Truth be told, there's a reason why I'm at this table alone. It's been like that for a minute. Feel me? And I feel like I've been shown in my life like that it's not supposed to. But so it's funny to me that it's worked out that way. But yeah, the goal is to one day have the table full. You know, and we're gonna keep getting after it. You know what I'm saying? So we see that. Don't get me wrong, bro. This table has been full. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And I want you guys to meet them. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny. I feel like it's just cool. I think I think it's cool the way my life kind of be. So, um, you know what I'm saying? There's ups and downs. But yeah, for sure. I feel like I be saving face mostly throughout the day. And I just want to have my outlet, my thing where I just go to unplug and chat, say what's up, and I hope this can be that. So here's to the new video. Here's to the next one. Here's to seeing you guys again. Hopefully we'll meet each other soon.